The Tree Dweller, as told by Ranger Alex Carter, OC number 1, you hear things out in the forest. That's just part of the job. Owls, coyotes, branches snapping under nothing. Doesn't take long before you stop flinching at every noise. But the sound I heard last week wasn't like any of those. I was posted at Black Hollow Lookout, a remote part of the park that doesn't get many visitors. Dense trees, no cell service, just radios and your own footsteps. I'd been on a solo rotation for 2 nights when I heard it, something like breathing. Slow, ragged, not quite human, but too close to ignore. It was coming from above the tree line. I stood outside the cabin with my flashlight pointed up, thinking maybe it was a bear. But the trees weren't moving. Nothing up there should have been breathing like that high off the ground. I called it in. HQ told me it was probably wind distortion, thermal pockets, you name it. I knew it wasn't wind. Wind doesn't exhale. Later that night, I set a trail cam. Just one, facing the path that loops behind the lookout tower. I didn't expect much. I just wanted to prove I wasn't hearing things. The next morning, the cam was on the ground. Lens cracked. Nothing useful on it, just 5 seconds of footage. Something tall, wrongly tall, stepping between trees, and 2 round, reflective eyes catching the flash. No fur, no features, just skin stretched too tight and a mouth that didn't move right. I hiked out to collect it and found deep scratch marks about 10 feet up a tree. Not claw marks, more like long, thin scrapes, as if something dragged nails down the bark. I started calling it the Tree Dweller, half joking at first, until last night. I woke up around 3:10 a.m. No reason. Cabin was dead quiet. Then I heard the creaking, like wood straining under weight. I grabbed the flashlight and opened the door. Right at the edge of the clearing, about 20 feet up, something was perched between 2 limbs. Not crouching, not hanging, perched, balanced like it belonged up there. It didn't move when the light hit it. It just tilted its head, slowly, then vanished behind the tree. No sound, no leaves rustling, just gone. I didn't sleep after that. I'm leaving this report on my desk. HQ probably won't believe a word of it. I don't really care. Just tell whoever's next not to follow any noises in the trees. And if you find scratches on the bark 10 feet high, don't look up. It already saw you first. Story update. I had a few sections on my PC I forgot to add, but here they are. And gonna get back to more updates soon. In the next hour, 87 hours after Ranger Alex Carter reported a man in the woods. Field report. Ranger trainee log. Day 1 name. Noah Rivas assignment. Black Hollow Lookout. Trial period 72 hours. Date. Redacted. Entry 01822 AM. Arrived at the ranger station this morning. Got briefed by lead ranger Daniels. Pretty routine stuff. Maps, radio frequencies, wildlife protocol, bear safety. Only weird thing was how quickly they moved me out to Black Hollow. No ride along, no partner shift. Just handed me keys, handed me a duffel of supplies, and told me to log in every 12 hours. When I asked about the last guy posted up there, Daniels just said, rotation ended early. Burnout. Didn't ask further. Didn't seem like the right vibe. Entry 02110 PM made it to the lookout post around noon. It's quiet. Woods here are dense. No real undergrowth, just towering trees like ribs sticking out of the earth. Signal's dead, so I'm logging everything on the portable recorder they issued. Still feels old school. Cabin's clean. Food stash decent. There's a rifle in the locker but no rounds issued unless predatory behavior is confirmed, whatever that means. Found a torn trail cam by the tool chest. Lens cracked. Probably just old. Still, odd someone didn't toss it. There's also a file on the desk labeled Carter. Looks like the last ranger's paperwork. Not supposed to go through it, I know, but it's just sitting there. Might glance at it later. Entry 03948 PM Sunday went down around 7:30. Got cold fast. Built a small fire outside the cabin and stayed near the radio. At some point, maybe 8:30, I thought I heard someone walking the trail. Just a few steps. Not heavy. Deliberate. When I called out, nothing answered. I aimed my light out toward the tree line, but it didn't catch anything. Could have been an animal. Could have been echo off the hills. Still, the way it paused after every few steps gave me a weird feeling. Didn't sleep yet. Planning to do a sweep in the morning. One last thing. I opened Carter's file. Nothing but handwritten notes, getting shakier near the end. A sketch of a tree. A rough shape hunched in its branches. The last page just says, "Don't look up." 72 hours. That's all it is. I'll log again in the morning. Morning, field report. Ranger trainee log. Day 2 name. Noah Rivas assignment. Black Hollow Lookout, trial period 72 hours. Date. Redacted, entry 04714 AM didn't end up sleeping. Just laid in the cot listening to the trees creak. There's a rhythm to it, weirdly consistent, almost like breathing. I chalked it up to wind shifting through the valley. First thing this morning, I geared up and did a perimeter sweep. Trails mostly intact, though I found some claw marks on the south end, high up, maybe 8 feet. Not the usual black bear stuff. Thin, long, probably a cat. Everything else looked fine. No signs of campers, no trash, no tracks. Still haven't radioed HQ. The line crackles but doesn't connect. I'll try again later. Entry 05:12:36 PM. Read more of Carter's notes during lunch. They're scattered, like he wrote them while half asleep. Bits and pieces talk about hearing something above the canopy. No real descriptions. Just terms like, "it waits, don't acknowledge," and "keeps pace." Page 9 is torn out. I found the torn piece wedged behind the filing cabinet. Just a corner of the page. All it says is, "It only climbs when you stop watching." Might be a prank, or he was just losing it. Still, I keep checking the trees without realizing it. Entry 06602 PM. Got back from another walk. I swear I heard someone say my name. Just once, quiet, drawn out, from somewhere deep in the trees. I froze. Called out. No response. Did a full circle around the clearing with my flashlight. Nothing. No movement. No animals. It wasn't panic, just stillness. Like the whole forest paused for something. Then the wind picked up again like nothing had happened. I haven't said anything to HQ yet. Still can't raise them. Entry 07:11:51 PM. Writing this from the cot. I've locked the door, pulled the shades. Every so often I hear faint creaking, like something heavy shifting its weight on the rooftop. I haven't looked. The firewood pile outside is gone. I didn't take any. Didn't even go near it today. Every few minutes I think I see something in the corner of the ceiling. Just a dark blur near the beams. But when I look directly, there's nothing. I turned off the main light an hour ago. It's darker in here than it should be. I keep hearing something like rope tightening, but slower. I can't remember if I shut the cabin window earlier. End of log. Day 2, morning, field report. Ranger trainee log. Day 3 name. Noah Rivas assignment. Black Hollow Lookout. Trial period 72 hours, date. Redacted, entry 08620 AM. Didn't sleep last night. I don't think I even blinked. Around 2:40 AM, I saw something move past the window. Just a shadow, no sound. But it wasn't at eye level. It was above the window frame. I was sitting on the cot, facing the door, and I caught the motion in the reflection off the thermos lid on the table. When I turned to look, the glass was just dark. Not empty, not lit, just like the outside had stopped. I stayed perfectly still. It didn't knock, didn't try the door, just stood there, watching. I could feel it, like pressure in my teeth. Eventually, it moved. Or maybe it didn't. Maybe it was never there. But I kept the rifle next to me until dawn. Entry 09:10:43 AM. Went out to check the clearing. Firewood still gone. Found a strange trail about 10 yards into the trees. Like something was dragged sideways. Long grooves in the dirt, but no prints. Then I saw it. About 20 feet up a pine, just beyond the west trail bend, something peeked out. Not all at once. Just one side of a face. Pale, featureless, like stone or bark. Black around the eyes like it had burned skin off. Watching, holding still like it thought I couldn't see it. I stepped back slowly. Didn't run. Didn't look away until it slid behind the trunk. I don't know how it climbed that silently. I drew a sketch while it's still fresh. Left it in the field log binder. Labeled it, tree dweller? Notes say, height, unknown, skin, wood, no mouth movement, or too many mouths. It hides. It waits. It didn't chase. Didn't flee. It just watched. Entry 10 to 2:10 PM. Tried to reach HQ again. No response. I don't know if this thing is territorial or just curious. I don't even know if it's real. But something's out there. Something that knows I'm watching. And it doesn't blink. One more night. That's all that's left. End of log. Day 3, morning, field report. Ranger trainee log. Day 4, 6 a.m. name. Noah Rivas assignment. Black Hollow lookout status. Trial period expired entry 17 to 6 a.m. still here. Sun's just starting to rise. Fog's thick this morning, low, rolling along the treetops like something's moving under it. The light doesn't really reach through. Everything's dim, no truck, no contact, no sounds. Just the trees, and that feeling in my chest again. Like I'm being counted. I didn't sleep, not even for a minute. I sat by the door with the rifle in my lap and my back against the wall. I kept the lantern on all night. It flickered twice, around 3 a.m. I thought I heard movement on the roof again, but I didn't check. I don't check anymore. There's something out there, and it's not hunting me. It's waiting for something. I went out just before dawn to get firewood, what little's left. And across the clearing, about 20 feet up in a pine, I saw it again. But this time, it wasn't hiding. It was leaning out, slightly, just enough, like it wanted me to see. Arms braced around the trunk, like a person peeking from behind a wall. Its face didn't move, but its head tilted once. Not fast, not aggressive, just acknowledgement. It knows I'm still here. I came back inside, locked the door. I think whatever Carter saw, whatever made him leave that file, wasn't the beginning of something. It was the middle. This thing's been here. It lives here. And I think staying the full 72 hours was a mistake. But now I've stayed for 73. End of entry 6 a.m. 1 hour later, roughly, field report. Ranger trainee log. Day 4, 7:04 a.m. name. Noah Rivas assignment. Black Hollow lookout status. Trial period complete entry 18 to 7:04 a.m. They're here. I heard the engine before I saw it, low and slow, crunching through gravel. The truck came up the road like it had been crawling through molasses. Daniels was driving. He looked surprised to see me. Thought you'd be waiting down the road, he said. Had to clear a tree just past mile marker 6. Big one. Looked like it fell overnight. But he didn't sound convinced. I didn't say anything right away. Just nodded, climbed in the truck. Left the logbook sealed in my bag. The tree he mentioned? That road's on a slope. Nothing grows close enough to block it like that. And the way he said, looked like it fell. Yeah, on the way out, I glanced back at the cabin. Just once. Fog was lifting. Sun was cutting through. In the clearing, near the edge of the tree line. I swear something tall was crouched low beside the stump pile. Still, watching. Daniels didn't look back. Didn't say a word the whole ride. Trial complete. Recommend reassignment. Do not return to Black Hollow. End of entry 7:04 a.m. Next day. 3:32 p.m. Entry 19 Internal Incident Report. Black Hollow lookout filed by Supervisor Ellis Kramer. Date. Redacted. Time. 15:32 Conducted post-rotation sweep of Black Hollow following Noah Rivas early extraction. Standard walkthrough. Cabin secure. Rifle accounted for. Logbook sealed and placed on cot. No's belongings packed and removed. No signs of forced entry or struggle. Tower stairs intact. One broken trail cam retrieved near Southern Bend. Same make as older model used by Carter. Inside, found an additional file folder marked Carter wedged behind the desk frame. Contents. Sketches, erratic notations, observations on non-wildlife entities. Most documents irrelevant or too fragmented for use. One note. Centered on a page, written in clear, deliberate print. Don't look up. Initial assumption. Stress response or deterioration. Still. Closing protocol checklist completed. Locked up. Leaving now. Can't shake the feeling someone else is still watching this place. End of report. Omega report. Is supervisor. Michael Collin opens the incoming entity report and skims over it. He freezes. A Class C? Omega Division Field File. Priority Tag. Entity Designation. Unknown. Temporary Tag. Tree Dweller. Classification. Class C. Predatory Observer. Report Reference. BH-147 Carter Rivas Location. Black Hollow Lookout. Redacted. National Preserve Summary. Two separate field agents, Ranger Carter, Ranger Trainee Rivas, reported persistent observation-type behavior from unidentified non-human entity. Entity exhibits advanced vertical mobility, environmental camouflage, and prolonged passive engagement. Significant behavioral markers. Visual contact occurs at range and elevation. Entity does not engage when observed directly, displays anticipatory positioning, reported appearing where subjects were not yet looking, recovered notes indicate height estimates exceeding 10 feet when upright, unknown facial structure. Partial mimicry suspected. Stationary presence sustained over multiple nights. Object permanence not guaranteed. Entity not captured via trail cams. Only seen first-hand, post-extraction action. Site marked for dormancy observation. Carter. Status unknown, Rivas. Reassigned. Memory review pending. Logbook and visual sketches secured for Level 3 analysis. Omega DIV decision. Engagement denied. Maintain passive surveillance. Avoid triggering behavior shift. Recommend environmental denial if activity escalates. Tag active. Risk profile escalating. Omega Division. Watching what watches you. Episode 2 The Runner. Security log. Greenwood LLC HQ officer name. Damon R. Voss position. Night shift security location. Greenway Corporate Plaza. Westbrook Avenue. Chicago, Illinois date. Redacted. Entry 001-12:08 a.m. Buildings quiet. Did the first walkthrough. No signs of forced entry or movement. HVAC makes a nasty clicking sound near the west service stairwell. Logging that for maintenance. Cafeteria light was on when I came in. Might have been left that way by someone on second shift. Turned it off. No alarms. Everything locked. Standard night. Entry 0022:01 a.m. Just finished second round. Something weird with the motion sensors near the basement corridor. The ones that lead past the data center and vending alcove. Triggered twice in under 10 minutes. No one down there. Checked it myself. Place is cold and dead quiet. Cameras didn't catch anything. Could be a wiring glitch, but I've worked corporate nights for 11 years. This building's new. It shouldn't already be glitching. Marking it down. Gonna cycle cams manually for the next hour. Entry 0034:16 a.m. I saw someone. Was heading down to recheck the first floor access hallway. As I passed the glass partition near the supply office, I caught movement down the west wing, fast. Like a blur at the edge of a sprint. I thought it was a late worker or someone who got locked in. Called out. No answer. When I turned the corner, hallway was empty. But here's the thing. There were wet footprints on the tile. Not muddy. Just slightly damp. Leading halfway down the hall and stopping. No exit door. No janitor. No explanation. I don't like this place. Something feels wrong. Not haunted wrong. Unfinished wrong. Like something still lives in the space between the walls. I'm gonna finish this week and move on. Plenty of contracts in this city. I don't need to stay here. Security log. Greenwood LLC HQ officer name. Damon R. Voss position. Night shift security location. Greenway Corporate Plaza. Westbrook Avenue. Chicago, Illinois date range. Redacted. Entry 004 day 2 to 1:03 a.m. Heard it again. That sprint sound. A blur at the end of the copy hall. When I turned, no one was there. Checked the cameras. Nothing on playback, but a frame stuttered, like something moved too fast. Might have just been interference. Maybe not. My radio clicked once during the walk. Dead frequency. Entry 005 day 3 to 3:37 a.m. This place is a maze when the lights go half power. Corners stretch. Everything echoes too long. Caught movement in the basement corridor mirror again. This time it stopped. Stayed there. Just far enough away that I couldn't make it out. It didn't blink. I did. Then it was gone. Again. Entry 006 day 4 to 12:42 a.m. Cafeteria chairs were rearranged. Not by much. 2 pulled out, 1 turned toward the door. Vending machine screen frozen on 000. Didn't even know they could display that. I didn't check the back hallway tonight. I couldn't. Felt like something was already waiting there. Not watching. Just standing. Entry 007 day 5 to 2:28 a.m. Lights in the northeast wing flickered out. Didn't report it. Don't care anymore. He's getting closer. I know it's a he now. Too long-limbed to be right, but still shaped like a man. No face I can make out. Just movement, like he's stuck in fast forward and doesn't know how to stop. Every time I blink, I expect to open my eyes and see him standing 3 feet in front of me. Entry 008 day 6 to 3:13 a.m. I left early. Told the supervisor I was sick. Took a walk and sat in my car for 2 hours. Back entrance keycard beep even though no one swiped in. Logs show empty. I watched the camera feed. Just static for 3 minutes. Then the hallway reappeared, same spot, but the microwave door was hanging open. I haven't gone down that hallway since day 3. Entry 009 day 7 to 1:58 a.m. He was in the glass again. The conference room wall. Just watching. Still. One arm raised like he was reaching for something, but not me. Like he was stretching toward the ceiling. I shut off the monitor. Sat at my desk until sunrise. This is my last shift. Entry 010 day 7 final 4:06 a.m. I packed up during patrol. Left the clipboard, keys, and radio on the desk. The lights in the hallway were flickering as I walked out. I didn't turn around. Not once. I'm done. Someone else can watch this place rot.